Up with the Light Strike Array. Laguna Blade can actually murder Abaddon before he can activate Borrowed Time, right? As well. So that's another big thing.
Burst him through the threshold.
Yep.
So interesting again, you know, we've seen this kind of flip back and forth between these two teams, between these kind of passive reactive defensive supports, such as Fnatic has with the Abaddon and the Earthshaker, that need a bit of time, get that Blink Dagger up on DJ, but they're very much counter initiation, save, keep the Drow, keep the cores alive. In previous games we've seen, you know, the Earth Spirit, the Shadow Shaman, more active. Famously have had this Grimstroke that has been roaming around as well.
Yep.
This time around, Sand King and Oracle, much more active than this Abaddon and Earthshaker.
True.
And with lanes that they can activate. Wraith King, Batrider, Lina, all with tons of damage and lockdown that you can rotate Pelosin into any one of these three lanes and potentially look for kills.
You have some very favorable lane matchups as well. The Lina against the Co-op is slightly favored towards the Lina. The Wraith King versus the Drow is not too great, but the Batrider versus Drow is okay if you want to run it that way, and if you want to run Batrider versus Necrophos, you can counter. So
is the Lina matchup that bad?
What, for the Co-op?
Yeah.
No, but it's just slightly favored, just because of a couple factors. Like the fact that Lina has the attacks, so Lina's escape per se is her movement speed, so Co-op needs a blink, which means you can't really offensively blink, which Lina can play much more around with that. Her range allows you to usually force the Co-op into bad positions if you want a Shadow Strike. She has a stun, which... Like, it's not to the point that you are going to see Lina dominate. It's very much a skilled matchup.
I think it very much depends on the first couple of Dragon Slaves and Shadow Strike.
That's also true as well.
Like if Abed can dodge, you know, maybe 2 out of the first 5 Dragon Slaves, not lose the regen battle, gets a couple of Shadow Strikes on Lina, I think Queen of Pain can win the lane.
Support rotations are also quite massive here because Co-op is a hard hero to kill as Lina. You can kill her with a support rotation, right? But you have no supports to rotate.
It's Earthshaker, like
exactly
everything on DJ.
It really is, but if you get a fissure, you know, Lina is screwed. Like, the Shadow Cycle's fissure is very strong to them.
Yeah, he does that lane that he can activate.
You know,
Drow Ranger and Necro lane is not the best to move into, though, but here we are. Best of 5, Game 5, Grand Final, Southeast Asian Qualifiers for Epicenter 2019.
I remember the chat when before we were saying, oh, what do you care if you win? Because you're just going to fight against Fnatic and lose anyway. Well, suck on that.
I said in the middle of the group stages, I thought that I would love to have this winter side go through to the final just to face Fnatic, because I thought they were the only team that really stood a chance with the stylistic.
This is why Gareth plays Oracle, because he is one.
Yeah, I see things coming.
You see things coming.
Often I just don't say them. I like the element of surprise.
You're just a bad person.
Yeah, I am. No, for sure.
Okay, great. Just to confirm.
DJ dodges the smoke, spots a couple of heroes.
That's quite a nice dodge, though. Spotting enough to make sure that they don't catch anyone else. Jesus Christ.
I mean, Drow Ranger isn't...
They're expecting a ward? Oh, so they know there's a ward there. Why is that the ward there?
Are they watching for Earthshaker blocking waves? I genuinely... I'm not sure. A ward like that, 9 times out of 10, is to try and scout what lanes are coming. So if they're trying to scout where Ice is, and where this Drow Ranger is going to be, that ward is super important to watch for the transition, watch for the rotations coming through.
Can't imagine any other use for this ward, to be honest. Will they play around with this now that they know there's a ward there? Because like they're not going to de-ward it just yet.
Well, the thing is, they're not showing Drow or Necro, right?
Exactly.
They've kept them hidden from the wards, so there's actually... Look, the line drawn. Who's green? Yeah, Drow Ranger says, I'm going to go around this long way. I'm not going to get scouted by the ward.
MP knows. I love as well that Winter's been left behind. Like, you are making sure this ward lives, Winter. That is your only job. And Winter might find the Drow in the process. Oh,
Ships in the night.
Ships in the night. Drow will be up against the Bat, which I think is the lane you want as your Fnatic, right? Because you don't want to leave Bat against Necro?
Yeah, Drow Abaddon against... Like, you want the... Yeah, for sure. Drow Abaddon against the Batrider. You do not want Necro against Bat. That is a losing lane for Ice.
Ah, but they noticed in time. They noticed in time. BT fans like, just don't mind me, just passing through.
Got the long walks of shame, though.
Yeah, but that means that you don't use up a TP for your cores, which is usually an advantage of the musical lanes, right? If MP has a TP, you can just follow with a TP as well. But you'll have the experience deficit.
Yeah, Fnatic have the advantage across the 2 side lanes. They're going to have the level advantage thanks to being able to sit in the lane for the first wave and a half, or maybe even 2 waves, before Wraith King and Batrider even get to the creep waves, their respective side lanes.
On point with those left track arrays, by the way. He's hit 2 out of 3. Really good. Oh. What's that drum there for? Just to annoy them?
Try and hide from the Shadow Strike.
Behind the drum, may hope for the misclick. Alright, so
Every time Abed steps forward for a Shadow Strike, he gets hit by the LSA.
Yeah. Well, that's why the matchup with Lina is a bit difficult, because you do have to get forward for the Shadow Strike, right? Level 2, you start dealing some damage, but level 1, you know, you're just trying to win the regen battle. Notice what she went for, actually. Double cell.
It is just that regen battle. Sand King was looking to make a play mid. Level 1 Burrow Strike, not the best, even with brown boots up.
Tank is more efficient when it comes to regen, so it's just that Abed wants to stay in the lane as much as possible, with South being quicker. Nothing to say, meanwhile values that potential to heal. And Abed did not evade that Dragon Slave we were talking about. Now there's so clear there's a ward here, because now we're trying to
He's got Abaddon to swing in.
Oh, that's so unfair.
Leaves bottom lane, comes mid, gives him the old Mist Coil, whacks him up. A decent amount of HP. But Fnatic not swapping their lanes, they're not going to make the rotations. Keeping Necro top with the Earthshaker.
Those Light Strike arrays on point for nothing to say, huh?
He go 1-1-1, he did, nice.
That's the build for Lina mid, though.
But you see Lina's also struggling a little bit, right?
Yeah, she is. Of course, it's not the easiest lane for her.
Abed has Blink level 2 Shadow Strike. Oh. He was considering that. He was considering committing. There actually isn't a Mango or anything here for Lina. I think he could have had it. I think genuinely Abed could have gone for that kill, but being very, very tentative with his movements.
There's a fairy fire in the Lina. It was definitely. I understand his doubt, and she has to do the Walk of Shame. I hope that he ward this ward, because that Shadow Strike uphill shows that there was a ward there. So there's a huge advantage. But in last hits though, she is winning for now, at least. After the Walk of Shame being out so much. Of course. I was just checking. Who denied themselves? How is that possible? Oh,
it's the ban.
That's exciting when that happens, right?
So Pelosi and Sand King playing the lane while Velo is trying to kind of drag creeps back. Farm under his tower as best he can.
Well, actually, Wraith King is winning against the Drow Ranger.
Well, they're in like a 2v1 with Oracle Wraith King against Drow, though. I guess, like the Abaddon has been shifting from bot to mid, wandering around, and he doesn't offer much in terms of harass or defending the creep wave. He's very much just heal the Drow and make sure she can hit the creeps.
Up top, Ice Sice. Now there's a Firefly. They need to cancel his TP, but they don't have the Burrow Strike available. What? Ice Sice just cancelled himself. Well, that makes it easier. No need for that. As Ice Sice thinking that he was okay, clearly not.
Firefly wears off now.
They need one more hit, but Velo can't get it off.
It's okay, yeah.
Oh, did Isis calculate that?
Oh, for sure.
He's TPing?
He's so thick, dude.
What a genius.
Skilled gamer. What can you say? 200 IQ.
This is why this guy goes to TI and we're casting him.
Monumental galaxy brain. He is a smart boy.
I've never heard that meme before. That's a wonderful meme. Oh, no. Velo calculates his too. DJ was going to rotate and Velo realizes you can't do that under the tower. You don't need the sound.
Weird back and forth top, but Ice gets the upper hand, gets to stay in lane, top of the CS for him. Batrider 8-0.
Yeah. I mean, those musical lanes really hurt him in the beginning, right?
Yeah, they get that slight advantage, like the level advantage, 5 1/3 for the Necro, while Batrider's stuck at 3 2/3, closing in on level 4. Not been ideal here for the lane matchups for the Radiant. And the salves being pumped through from this Queen of Pain. I just want to quickly check net worth. Queen of Pain 1150, Lina 1276. Lots of salves being spent by this Quap. 1711 on the old CS.
Shadows. So she went for the Shadow Strike build regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's the only build now, dude.
Lina might just die here. Earthshaker lining up for a Fisher.
That's what we were talking about. The only lane he can enable, right?
Pretty much. Observer Ward does wear out. It's the bounty moves.
Oh, nothing to say. The fissure. It does block him. That's enough. I should be able to get the kill. She's trying his best to get the kill on Abed. He might actually just be able to because of the tower. No, he de-aggroed DJ. What? Abed? Oh, he was trying to deny him, or sorry, kill himself, right? Yeah.
Die to tower, or just die faster. Like he sees the Oracle, he knows that he's dead one way or the other.
Okay.
Realizing he just wants to die fast, get it over with, respawn quickly, return to lane. Because right now, Lina's going to come to lane and be there, 3 seconds faster than him. As Earthshaker mid gets a Fissure and then Chant off. Pelosi Burrow Strike in a couple of seconds, but DJ looks like he has managed to escape to the high ground.
Difference in the pool. No, they both actually. Sangin has put some wind lanes. How fast is this Earthshaker? Jesus, that's a considerable movement difference between the two here.
Well, Sangin has one more movement speed with wind lace advantage.
Yeah, that's broken.
Top lane back making a play again,
but not working out. Yeah, save Ice. Look at this. No, the lane you're supposed to win is the lane you lose. That's the best way to describe this. I mean, they were very much waiting for this to happen. They knew this lane was going to be difficult for them. They sacrificed the Drow to some degree to accomplish this, but it works out. The batter does not completely dominate Necrophos, and Ice will have a good game. This is important.
It did take them a rotation from the Drow and the Abaddon, leaving bottom lane unattended for a little bit.
I guess that works because you don't want to... Yeah, so now Necrophos can go bottom against the Wraith King, but they want to punish this. They have Oracle here. The spell is Ghost Shot. Not that he has it anyway. Actually, why would you get Ghost Shot against Mad Rider? Yeah, or against Oracle. Early on,
don't skill it the entire game.
Just get stats instead, right? Necrophos could be dead here. Yep, yeah, it's rooted, and the Sandstorm should just kill him. Poloson gets that kill, quite valuable for him. As VT Faded confidently farming under that tower because you don't care. You have a reincarnation. Anyway.
He did pop the mango to make sure he had reincarnation. He was confident, but he wasn't sure who was coming around the corner of that Fnatic bottom tier 1.
Yeah, confident but not stupid, right?
Yeah. Mid again.
No
like mana for Laguna Blade.
She does have Sonic as well. Abed. I think Lina realized there was a bit of miscalculation there with Mana.
And that's where the matchup starts to swing. Winifred now level 7. Drops the chat line on the Lina as well. Drow Ranger, not level 6 yet. Once she closes in on that, they should go and retake control of their triangle. It has been warded up by the Radiant down south. In fact, double wards watching for this Earthshake. Like so much vision, so many wards have been spent here, watching for DJ's transition from lane to lane.
Yeah, I mean, they knew that DJ could enable a couple lanes, but they know that if he can't get any kills early, the Earthshakers are a bit more useless. If you can delay that egg or blink dagger pickup, you are essentially making a hero that can only fissure for a really long time, right? So, I understand the investment here. And if you look at the levels for a second, you'll see that the worst leveled hero is Poloson, who's been just kind of moving around, trying to create space for his hordes, but a level 2 Sand King just won't do much for you. I mean, that burst like level 1 is terrible. I love that it puts the Scepter range, by the way, when you have level 1, as if you would get Aghanim Scepter with level 1. Earth Strike. Typical build.
Wraith King not far off his Midas now. Did opt for the treads early on.
That kill from the Quap to the Lena has won the Quap to the lanes you were mentioning, and she's actually rotating to the jungle a bit more. She's not even taking the camp next to mid for the fear of the rotations. It's pretty nice Midas timing though, so we'll make up a bit for the Lena not being so strong. Okay, Necrophos has Ghost Shard now. Man, why you skill it? No point. There's
great fissure from DJ.
It was, but Vela doesn't care, as you were mentioning earlier. Has a lasso ready, but lasso can be dispelled with Euphonic Shield. Jabs! No! Range! Jabs! They needed more range.
It's fine.
Okay. It's fine. Jabs actually got much more hurt from that than Ice because of the fire. And because he's in Abaddon, that's...
Look at Ice's build, actually. Double Bracer into...
I think that's the right build against Mad Rider, anyway.
Roleplayer's anti-mage and the fuck magic build. He's done, he's had enough. So we're starting to get all of these lane swaps to put supports into the lanes to try and make sure they do crack level 6 at a reasonably decent time. Do they have Scythe for bottom? They do, but they don't drop back low enough. Never mind.
It's only the first level Scythe. What's 0.4 per damage?
It's pretty bad.
0.6. Still.
So yeah, you see Sand King moving into mid. He realizes he can't really lane against Abed's Queen of Pain. The Radiant team still need to get 6 on Winter. 10-minute bounty runes coming up, as they do look to take full control of the southern ones here. Radiant team in prime position with their reasonably deep observer ward spotting out the Drow. Dire does see them move into position though. Will just give up the double bounties. Bottom even giving up the double top.
Oh, so they get 4 bounties here. Ooh, that's huge. Look at that Mel Ward swing. I wish there was a fight recap for that. What is the... That doesn't matter. I'm not going to bother casting. It's too late. Casting for too long. Earn build for Bad Rider, by the way, so this is not the most common thing in the bat, especially as a first item, but he's going to go for Spirit Vessel. He's probably the best carrier of this game, bar Sand King, but Sand King is not going to get it fast enough. As top lane, they actually managed to finish off Ice Size. Good job.
Laguna Blade finally being utilized, and they'll look for that top tier 1, pressure it as hard as they can. That's something that Radiant side has done a great job at, defending their towers just by being that offensive lineup, shoving these waves out real hard. You know, Bat Rider's playing very, very far forward in towards DJ. Might get caught by it with the Firefly. He's got that safety net just to fly himself over the trees. But even the mid-tier one, Poloson and Nothing to Say, both come into this lane to defend the towers, and they're not giving up anything.
Are they? The top lane there's actually a rotation from Ice Size to, I don't know if it's to just push BT Fade out of the lane. He hasn't dealt really well to Skellies, unfortunately, because they do have the stupid magic resistance and the respawn. Those skeletons are something else. Look, he summons even more, but I think Ice Size a bit too
He's got 21 charges, let me tell you now. He's
It's not good.
difficult to kill. But the back rider, though, changes the tune. Abed.
They can still like go shot. Sonic waves out, changes to the round. Reincarnation still available for BT-Faded. Ice 5 stacks of the sticky nape against the Reaper side. They know that was going to happen. So they have to use the false promise, and they're effectively using the Reincarnation. BT-Faded gets double crit, and that's able to save him. That's the wrong person to fade seek, buddy. You had to fade seek the Abed there. But Abed could be in trouble now. Flamebreak pushing him back so he can get the 2 extra hits, and it's a double kill for VT-Faded.
That Wraith King coming out with a crits.
That's how you use a level 1 reincarnation. That's when you're okay with spending it.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I was thinking there, if Abed survives, that's an okay trade. Oracle plus reincarnation for your Necro. That's okay. That's not too bad. You can go and play off the back of that. But losing your Queen of Pain there, a snowball hero who really does need to keep the ball rolling in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. And he is close for that Radiance. Look at him towering over everyone. Drow's already level 6. Level 8 now. She's been it for a while, but she is not able to match this Radiance farm with the Midas. It is fantastic. Like, this is exactly the initiation Mezcal wants, but the question is, will this be enough to counter the Drow mid-game?
MP hasn't fallen back to the jungle, really.
That's true.
Hasn't utilized the ancient stacks or anything like that. No, nothing of the sort.
There's attacks now. Oh, no, that's just Abed playing around.
Yeah. You do have DJ very close to his Blink Dagger. Foregoing the Arcane Boots, in fact, rushing Blink as quickly as he can. 400 gold away from it, so should be reaching that Blink in the next couple of minutes. And speaking of, Sankey's even faster. Look at him, 3.2k net worth. He's 600 ahead of the Earthshaker. Now with Blink Dagger up. Burrow Strike level 3.
But you are alone against 4. Yeah. Silence doesn't stop your Sandstorm, but they can still kill you through the sentry.
Can't use Blink when you dead.
Best start in the game. Middle lane. There's the Oracle trying. The skeletons are like, oh, we're just trying to kill the creep. As ice. I mean, I don't think you can even consider farming the skeletons when they give you 5 gold, to be honest. So he kills.
Just let them do little skelly man things.
It's so funny. Like, he's actually having trouble with him. He's just annoyed.
Just die.
Please. Leave me alone.
He gets stacks off.
Oh, right. He does get the hard stop roar stacks.
So that's worth it at least.
Actually, I'm going to call
a tier 1 fell. Oh, feels good for Fnatic. Finally, they get an objective. Now they can springboard into that Radiant jungle.
And it's a pretty important tier 1. Safe lane tier 1, right? So you can actually take the Radiant jungle as well.
Yeah, and it's the connection, right?
Yep.
You take the bottom tier 1, you go through the Radiant jungle. It's a natural movement into the mid tier 1.
Yep.
So you can collapse onto that lane with a Necro and Abaddon already setting up for it.
And this kind of part of the map becomes much more dangerous for these guys.
The trouble is, Wraith King's done such an exceptional job pushing out top lane. Fnatic might feel the need to come and defend, but they know their eyes on the prize. Mid-tier 1 being focused by every single one of these Fnatic heroes. Might see the Batrider coming in.
They do get a bit of pressure. Marksmanship procs immediately, but they someone don't promise Abed.
Aggressive.
Everything against him, but the Euphonic Shield actually helps him out a lot.
With Burrow. On 2.
That's perfect. Can they
got Blink again. Fine.
No. I needed the extra bit of damage there. Oh, that Flame Break could really screw over MP. You were close to getting stuck there. You know what they did though there is they get some space, right, for the Wraith King, and that means he has sick Relic.
He's got Relic. They don't get the tier 1 mid, that's the most important thing. Fnatic go deep, they look for the kills, but they're aiming for a Batrider when their only real stun is the Fisher, which he just flies over the top of.
That's why False Promise has become so effective, right? Reaper Scythe, I guess, is your other stun, but you don't really want to commit to it, especially when Oracle's still alive.
That's Fate's Edict, False Promise,
yep.
Ways to mitigate it. 2k lead, 5-5. Radiant side definitely looking hot, with drums up on the back, working very quickly towards the Spirit Vessel. Should have that natural item counter to the Necro in the next 5 or 6 minutes. Queen of Pain, the couple of deaths that Abed have had really have slowed down his progression. But he's got Orchid queued up, but my goodness, it feels bad for him.
Lina is in the same position though, luckily. She has not been doing the Lina things you often say about. Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Fnatic have 3 cores up in the top 5. Yeah, top 4 even.
Meanwhile, you have these guys in Mezcal playing with Wraith King as your main core and everything else is below.
He's got 16.5 minute ready.
It's a really good, with Midas and Treads. It's a very good timing. Like, am I watching Wraith King or am I watching an Elk? Gareth. Certainly a Wraith.
Not too sure. Very farmed.
He really is. Those skeletons actually often underappreciate how much they help you farm, right?
So now is when MP falls back to jungle and tries to accelerate his farm. Feels like this map is going to start getting really small for Fnatic. And Lina with yours, Wraith King with Radiance, all these timings starting to hit. Bat Rider flies over the Fissure.
The couriers just to make sure they have vision of him. Oh, Velo. Oh, Velo's so annoyed by this. Well played with the courier, actually. So, since he has really low attack damage, if he does attack the courier, it takes him 2 to 3 attacks.
Yeah, like 3 hits.
Yeah, and then the courier can always shield, right?
He got close to killing Abed, though, to be honest.
He did. He deals a lot of damage, but the build he has to go for, unfortunately, is not the build that you would like to go for on Bat. You would like to go for Travels as opposed to the Erd Spirit Vessel. It's okay, it's good.
I'm trying to set up bottom. Blink Burrow. LSA is there to connect on the Drow with a Blink Echo. DJ upsets their initiation, keeps MP alive. Oracle and Wraith King just a little too late to the party. Pelosin will burrow into the trees to TP home. And immediate snap TP's top. They're looking for this Necro. They want to try and get a kill off the back of their move. If it doesn't happen bot, they will shift up to top, but Sides feels it coming. Even pinging, saying, hey guys, I'm going all the way back here. Do not want to get caught by that Lina Sand King. The big boy. Roshan being started here by the Wraith King. We've got Sonic Wave. We don't have Blink Echo, though, having just used it down bottom. Fnatic's initiation into the pit is reasonably poor.
Yep. With Laguna Blade and Reincarnation both up and False Promise as well, right?
Yeah, it's super difficult to contest this.
I mean, Gabs will try. Gabs is like, oh, I think they're in the Roshan pit. Why is someone pushing me away? Take the Roshan. I mean, Wraith King's taking it relatively quickly, but unfortunately, he's also dying. So he really needs to get a lucky crit here. There's the Wraith Fire Blast. Keep someone to tank it.
Meanwhile, Lasso on the right-hand side, Velo trying to create space, gives his life away for the Aegis to be grabbed up by the Lina. Fnatic, they were prepping themselves for some kind of fight around the pit. Velo very willingly gives his life for the cause.
I think that's a pretty good trade, though.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Velo is your core, but the fact that he's going for the Spirit Vessel, like, I don't know. You know, he's kind of shifting over to position 3.5, right? But we've seen Skem do sometimes, and then Polson taking over a bit with a Sand King being a bit more impactful. In fact, he's beating him in net worth.
Polson, such a greedy player.
I don't think that's the case, though. The guy has been pretty,
I mean, he utilizes the farm really nicely, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, when you compare him to Shepard, right? We saw Shepard say, nah, I'm core, man. I don't care what support is. And he's buying ward, I think. So there's that. We saw the Shepard game as well, where Shepard bought, what, 6 wards, I think it was, in the whole game.
Out of like 30.
there was like 46 wards on his other support. He's like, I'll buy 6. I'll help.
Jabsy.
He has borrowed time, though. But, oh good, they actually channeled the root before the borrowed time could dispel it, but the Firefly actually heals him more than it hurts him.
DJ had Blink Echo in 4 seconds there. There was a group up of 2 or 3 heroes, and Abed closing in on them. Sharks circling around these potential kills, but they disengage after popping borrowed time. Very wise from the Radiant, not chasing up into the darkness of the high ground.
He's level 15 achieved by Wraith King. That's a 15 strength, which is pretty big talent, actually. Really nice stat. As Lina's going for the traditional just magic damage Lina. They catch it with the Echo Sun. There's the Blink Echo you were talking about. Lina can still fight this. Nah, not with a Reaper Sight to the face. He loses the Aegis. And comes Reaper Sight to use. Then comes Wraith King Reincarnation ready. Well, do a little reincarnate this team fight. If you can kill him at least, but Jazz is already dead. Yeah, nothing to say. Just trying to get some space. Sonic Wave with the pretty clip. He's to get away. The Fissure finishes him off. The Snake goes off. Abed went a bit too far. Confident that he can get another kill, and instead it meets his own demise. Now, Ice the target. They don't want to wait for reincarnation here. They're already forced to buyback on 2 jabs. Miscal walk away, acknowledging without Lina, we got the kill on Abed. It was a decent trade. Let's walk away.
Forcing the buyback as well. Keeping that reincarnation is very important as well for VT-Faded, because he's the farmer, but he's also the playmaker in this game. The one jumping in, causing chaos, forcing these moves from Fnatic.
He's the hero. Like, just let him. He's the person to do everything in this game.
He's the man.
The man.
He's the dude.
And you know, the Wraith King as well, I mean, the point to be made is, if you really want to play high value Wraith King, because the cooldown reduction is so ridiculous, until you get to level 3, you ideally don't die, right? That's the prime time. Because 40 seconds, you don't care. But 120 is 2 minutes of reincarnation lost. And you farm so quickly, you get so much experience that I think in 2 minutes, let's say 3-5, Wraith King has the reincarnation level 3. He's not that far off. He's level 15 and a half.
13k net worth as well. Like he is racing ahead.
Do you remember we were talking in the draft? You know, Drow's a good farmer. That's why she's so strong. You know, farming the Ancients is so powerful.
MP was just playing the lane the whole time.
Yeah,
Never went back into the jungle. Never gave.
They didn't stack the Ancients for him.
It's been real awkward and disjointed from Fnatic this entire game. Even considering the nice laning setup they had with the musical lanes to kick things off.
Yeah.
They put themselves in a good position.
But because of the musical lanes, because of the difficult lane on Ice, you have a situation when the supports don't have time to stack, right? Jabs was constantly healing the Drow, healing the Quap, making sure the Quap could win her lane, and it did work out because Abed is above the Lina, but not above enough that this actually mattered that much. Whereas you do want the Drow to actually have had some stacks. And Wraithing again, queuing up that Ags, man. I think they just like us. It's just, that's my theory now.
I love
that Ags. It's great.
Spirit Vessel's done on the Batrider as well now. So they're really hitting these timings beautifully on this Radiant side. You know, Blink Force on the Sand King, he'll swing into the Guardian Greaves next to give that teamfight sustain that they need against the Queen of Pain. Her burst damage, you need some kind of burst heal to handle it. Even with an Oracle on your team, you can get blown up pretty fast. They're holding this high ground, not catching a glimpse of any of the Fnatic heroes. It seems they've made the read pretty well. Circling out a couple of the areas that they think they are. Unfortunately, they flipped the coin and made a misread. They go south and now realize quickly their mistake. Saw the Wraith King for a second. Try and shift to that.
Yeah, but if you fight here
in area, they are fighting near an open shrine.
That's their scan, right? Yep.
Dive scan, Radiant scan.
Was
that both scans on the same spot?
I'm not entirely sure because they're both used, so. It definitely saw Fnatic, right? It definitely saw Fnatic. It caught them, so
sure.
That's MYSG.
Oh,
look at that
face out. Catch your Oracle.
Oh,
DJ.
Winter's life this whole qualifiers.
Smoke into smoke. One hero dies. Well, this gives space for Drow to continue farming, but equally Lina now cracks level 15 down bottom with Ether Lens, Yule Scepter, and 2/3 of the Blink Dagger completed. Not going to go for BKB or that Daedalus we've seen from these Linas. Going much more for the
traditional build, right?
Traditional build. This Blink Dagger is going to allow her to Yule's Blink Away, even False Promise Blink Away. Gives that nice additional catch and kill capability, but also the disengage, which Lina does need pretty desperately in this match.
Swapping to the Ags now as opposed to the Blink because he's undecided. Both items are useful, but what you get first is, well, it depends on the state of the game right now. And the Ags is definitely good against late Drow. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Refresher Ags again because that worked really well in this game. There's the last one. Oh, and this is what we were talking about when you're playing Batrider against Abed. It's just.
They can't make moves like that.
It's so difficult. It's like pushing a wall of nails. You're just constantly hurting yourself by trying to get these lassos off. It's really, really difficult.
So from this position now, the Radiant side losing a hero, trying to play a little bit too aggressively as they were packed up together in that mid lane in almost a 5v5 scenario. Bat jumps in, and unfortunately, Lina, Oracle, Wraith King not quite in range to follow through and get a team fight going. So they swing out, play the big map, get the top lane pushed out as best as possible. But up to top, look, Santi, chased by the Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave on top of that Orchid. Plowson drops very quickly.
So he's lost two supports, or support in a core, right? What's the plan here for Fnatic? Or sorry, for MYSG? Because the fact that Wraith King is the only farm hero on your team is starting to, it's going to pay a toll eventually, right? Yeah. You need your other cores to be relevant.
Push your lanes, wait 2 minutes max, or sorry, minimum for that next Roshan cycle.
Yeah.
Whew.
You wait for that Roshan cycle.
Wait for the big sneeze to come out of your caster. Deary me.
The Blink Dagger is actually the item on Lina. Okay.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, she had that queued up.
Yeah, she did, but then she swapped to Ags and then she went back to Blink. It's okay. I like to either. It both works, and I love, and we'll mention this every time. Every cast range talent and ability and everything works with the Blink Dagger, and this is a massive blink. I have to actually zoom out too. Look at this.
Huge.
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 Huge. Power Scout playing that top lane. They are ideally looking for the Queen of Pain. Abed's being toying with the creep waves.
I don't know if he can kill her though. Yeah,
Abed in and out. There's no way.
Abed's learning that if they find him, he's dead. Remember that blink in the bottom lane and just kind of blink into 4 heroes thinking, nah, I'm okay. Nope.
They see the Abaddon showing down bottom, and that might give them...
Wraith King Ags is done.
Oh, nice.
This is actually pretty big. If you now you should actually start to punch up, right? and then go into 5-on-5 engagements, try to take advantage of the early ags. It's such an impactful thing. What ward are you looking at? Oh, the winter ward.
You need to force Fnatic back though. Like, you don't want them to take the bottom tier 2, so pushing out top lane forces the reaction where Fnatic come back and TP to their shrine to defend.
Yep.
I think you want to go and force the fight there. So Wraith King shoving out mid lane means that mid's going to push up towards tier 3. Fnatic have to loop back and defend. They can't shove that bottom tier 2 because they see no heroes on the map apart from Wraith King Lina, and they know that the push is coming.
Radiant's bottom tower
So as long as Wraith King swings through past the shrine, if they can get some vision on this shrine and make sure there is no backstab capability, Wraith King can continue farming and they can continue pressuring that top tier 2, while Fnatic are just kind of waiting.
Yeah, Fnatic have to respond properly to this, but they can't fall for the trap, right? They do see that there's an Oracle and a Batrider down bottom. Do they have TPs? They don't. I think they TP'd here actually, so if anything, this could be a 3-on-5 engagement if they want to fight it.
Boots of travel nearly up on the bat in about 100 gold. Top tower doesn't quite die. Jabs comes just in time to defend it against the catapult.
Notice how Fnatic though don't that was close. Fnatic don't rotate their 5 heroes though, right, to fight, because you just know, like, if this happens, even if you do see the batter at bottom, it's dangerous. You're up against a Wraith King who's super farmed. You'd rather just play passively for a while, let your Drow Ranger get those items. And she is getting closer and closer to that BKB, which is a pretty huge point of inflection for a Drow.
The most important thing was they didn't go high ground into their shrine spot, because that was where Wraith King was setting up. That's where the fight was kind of brewing for the Radiant team. That's where they were looking to battle. So it was nice to see the Queen of Pain, you know, sitting mid, taking creep wave. DJ was sat behind, parallel to that tier 2 mid, making sure that they had the counter initiation ready and waiting, you know, finger on the trigger. The Dire Obs Ward top spots Sand King. Close and unlikely to realize this is going on. He's going to get blink echoed, I guess. I mean, they're oh, nice Fisher. And keep the vision with that Dire Ward, and then the jump comes out from QUAP. No need to spend the Echo Slam.
Good. That's a very, very nice kill on Paulson. This ward is about to expire as well, so it's the best usage of it, right? And it's only a support, right? But it's hard to say, because Paulson has been kind of greedy, as you were mentioning earlier.
Roche in 10 seconds. There's a Radiant Courier scouting it. Ice pops his head into the pit. And there it is. Big man respawns. And Fnatic dive straight in.
That Roshan.
How quickly does it die? Oh, very quick.
Yeah, marksmanship does not care.
Wraith King got Centaur stomped back at a neutral camp, so he's been delayed. His entry will be
wow. That is
quite significantly slowed.
That is stupid. That's the reason. It is slow the scattering as well. They do go in a bit too late. Wraith King, there's the sense of Yule Scepter, which they miss everything on him, but it's okay, they can still hurt him. Epicenter will be forced to reincarnate. The Frost Arrows hurting him too much. Now the Epicenter to go with the reincarnation. They deal with much damage to the Cancel Necrophos, but he's tanking it all for now. Ice can heal back up, and Abed just went and blinked in, trying to get the kill onto Wraith King. Instead, we'll find Velo. Needs another blink, but doesn't want to do it so offensively.
Man, look at the sustain on this Dire side. They're all pretty much full HP outside of MP, who does still hold the Aegis. The Greaves, the heals coming out of Ice, Jabs as well, spamming that Mist Coil and Shield to dispel, to heal, to keep them all up and running. It was perfect from Fnatic, and they still held on to the Echo Slam. They take the Aegis, they take the cheese, they force the Radiant back, but yeah, the Skellies got him stomped, and the stomp meant he couldn't TP immediately to that Roshan fight. 2 seconds. 2 seconds difference, and VT Faded could have been in that pit stealing Aegis. Fortunate series of events. Now we're looking at the Radiant team on the back foot for what feels like the first time this game. They've been ahead for a solid 20-25 minutes.
Yep.
Fnatic now in the driving seat with Abed holding cheese. His fresh BKB did get shown off in that fight, so that will not catch the Radiant by surprise in the ensuing battles.
Most importantly, you have a Queen of Pain that is leading, but close by is Necrophos and Drow Ranger. So this division of farm for Fnatic makes him a much harder lineup to counter. You can't just kill a single hero. As we saw in that team fight, if VT Fit is not there, I mean, Lina did nothing to that Necrophos. Literally nothing. They had to use all their spells on the Necrophos, including the Guna play, and he could still go shot and be back into the fray. So you're in a position where you need to get the Lina to be useful, and she hasn't really been able to farm much. Velo, similarly, is really just a lasso that can get a spell on shield. Palmescow are maybe waiting for the Ags to start the next initiation if they do want to keep on fighting this. But you were saying it, you know, they have a window opportunity earlier, but it's starting to fade away from them.
Yeah, Fnatic hitting their stride a little bit. Net worth difference is minimal. Really nothing in it in terms of the metrics, but it's these items being
Dire's middle tower is under
Picked up by
attack.
Fnatic, progressing them even further
Radiant's
forward.
bottom
The Pipe, the BKB on the Drow, Manta style, not far off. Queen of Pain's next pickup. The Shiver's Guard, it looks like Abed is angling towards. Tank him up against that Wraith King. And the Lena's right-click somewhat. Necro has a heart queued up. Ice, 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 finish your pipe,
Radiant's
buddy.
middle tower is under attack.
I hope he has it on courier, to be honest. No, he doesn't. He just has heart queued up.
You didn't tell Ice what to build.
He wants to be a chunky boy.
And he was almost unkillable before. I don't think a heart will just make you entirely done. And the thing is, pipe is sort of useful, right, against bad Iron Sanking and yeah, it's just no justification.
Yeah, pipe is
It's really
super
good this
valuable.
game. Oh wait, there's a lasso here.
And the immediate
It's called
dispel.
the Aquatic Shield. And Wraith King still wants to walk in, but the kill's a bit difficult. The only stun they had has been used. Velo, acknowledging what's happened in the last few team fights, he decides to back.
And another showing there of why picking Batrider as a position 3 into this Abaddon feels pretty bad for Velo. Every jump he makes, as long as that jab's Abaddon is nearby, it's going to get dispelled. And the target's going to get healed up as well. There we have it, Shivers for the Queen of Pain. As Wraith King does complete the Assault Cuirass and Aghanims for the Lina. So this, like you were saying, is a nice little timing. Nice little power spike for the Radiant. Let's see what they can do off the back of it.
She's also close to level 20, which is the 14% spell amplification, right? Which means the Ags is going to be even more impactful. I don't want to calculate it, so I'm just going to wait till she gets it and then see with the ult how much damage that does.
So they're going to want to time this. 1 minute until Aegis. They know that Fnatic will be setting up for an objective somewhere. And the fact there's nothing bottom, nothing mid means it has to be top lane, right? Process of elimination. Top tier 1, top tier 2. I want to see the Radiant team smoke, play with this item timing, and catch them off guard. Maybe try and kill that Drow Ranger as the Aegis expires. They're not going to be able to get through the front lines. Multiple front lines. Abaddon, Necro, Earthshaker, and even Queen of Pain blocking the advance of this Radiant team.
Oh, but there's definitely an attempt by this Wraith King going into Ice side. Now the best target has been used. Only on the Sand King, not a big deal. However, this Wraith King might just lose his first life now. No use from the rest of his team. Here comes the axe from the Wraith King being useful. Finally, second burst strike for the ghost of the Sand King. But it is a Wraith King completely alone against the whole team. Falcon's finally gets used. Abed
has cheese.
He has cheese and he also has the blink. He's going to be able to get away as they destroy the Lina in the backlines. Lina, been stunned. Her ghost not too useful just yet. VT faded, will get killed a second time.
Fnatic showing why they are one of the best in the region. Coming back into this game, yes, the ghost from that Aghanims on Wraith King allowed them to get another couple of stuns here and there. You know, Burst Strike, great. Captures a couple on the tail end of that fight, but Fnatic just out-sustained them all. Pipe up for the Necro. Greaves, I don't think even got used there. It's still off cooldown for the Necro. They're looking to try and catch the bat. There's the Fisher to cancel TP and an additional kill in the mid lane for Abed.
And with that, Fnatic gets a team wipe.
Drow, mother freaking Ranger. Well, like, Wraith King buys an Assault Cuirass and Drow's just like...
Yeah, try getting to me. I mean, there, it was just all Fnatic. You're mentioning there's a reason why they're the best team in the region. The Queen of Pain completely controlling them. The lack of Lina being anything, just do something in these team fights. It's not really her fault as much as her performance doesn't allow her to have the damage.
Without a Pike, without a Lincoln's, without a BKB, she gets jumped on, gusted,
easy, yeah.
Fissured, blink echoed, whatever it may be. Honestly,
he's trying his best for something. Oh, can he actually get the kill onto Abed?
Nah.
Well, better as a blink, maybe, yes?
Nah.
No.
Six silence.
He didn't have a lasso when he jumped in. That just fought back, died back without a lasso. This guy has no chill.
This guy has no chill, man.
But that was legit though this time. The Batrider, that was an actual comment. He went in with a lasso.
He went in with that lasso. The immediate silence. Like, even if the lasso was there, I think Abed has the timing on him with the silence. So quick with the Orchid. Itchy trigger finger for Abed. And they'll de-ward, they'll retake the plateau area, make sure they've got this pincer attack, this double-pronged attack mid and top lane, the ability to shove out both waves. Not just one lane you have to defend here as the Radiant team. You've got creeps entering the tier 3 mid at the same time. Wraith King on the front lines. This is dangerous for him. Slowed down, stunned into oblivion. Very low HP as the marksmanship starts to kick in. Go back to Fountain, buddy. Pop out your skellies.
Yeah, like skellies. He has no skellies. No, just use them. Never mind. There's the skellies. But Drow does not care. You know, sure, you go back to Fountain. I'll take your Rex.
Can they swing mid? If they clear out creep wave, they have double catapults coming in mid. DJ says, nah, shut up, caster, you knew.
Top shrine.
Me go bounty rune. That is very intelligent, DJ. Bounty runes are very important.
Yeah, and it's always shrines, especially shrines that give you the domination.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And they still have the catapults mid.
Radiant's
It's not as
top
if they
shrine
magically
has
disappeared anyway. They can continue that push if need be, but they'll go for the safe option. Shrines fall back just a little bit and hold these ramps.
Invisibility.
Sanke's trying to finish up his guarding creeps now here in the bottom lane.
When was the last Blink Echo we saw? Because I feel like DJ has been holding this for ages, for eons. The Blink Echo. Like, he's used it in the Roche pit like 5 minutes ago, but it feels like he's been very patient with his next Blink Echo. They've been winning fights without it, basically, is what I'm saying.
He knows what they need. Like, he knows it's the only stun they have, right? And that's, like, huge. You don't really have anything else
You just
to stop the lane and
The Wraith King. He's very far out.
they could kill him. I mean, they have to kill him twice, though. He's like, I'll cancel your linkets for this.
That attack speed from the Drow on that Queen of Pain is actually pretty insane. Time to finish off the
Radiant's top
Bloodthorn.
barracks are under attack.
Oh, he's going Mjolnir on the Queen of Pain. Use that attack speed for something glorious. Oh, with Aegis gone, Chi's gone. We get back into that beautiful time of the evening where we're all waiting around for Roshan to reappear.
Radiant are scanning.
Fnatic. What are they planning? Because they are completely controlling over that plateau. And it doesn't... This is shown by MYSG. Like, this might be a bait that they're dangling in front of them, but it might not be a team fight they can win.
Ice, ice, ice. Give me skellies. Give me regen. Give me stacks. Yeah, you little bastards. Come here. Oh, more of you? Yes. +5, +5, +5. I'm starting to lose it, by the way. If you hadn't noticed, it's been a long day, so I'm just giggling to myself at all the little things that are happening.
I am genuinely falling asleep halfway through, so it's okay. My Spanish cheat.
Come on!
Kick in.
Game 5, super high.
It's just my mind is shutting down. Marty's still here, though.
Here we go, Roshan. NK for Fnatic. This is where they tried to close out the game.
We should mention Thomas Gal has also played the same amount of games as Casted, so we've been following them through 11 games.
Back to back.
I feel so sorry for them. These guys are real troopers. Like, coming to here
to perform against Fnatic as well. Like, Fnatic have had, you know, a fresh start. They've watched them play. They've seen them play 2 best-of-3s today that went 2-1, of course, in their favor. But Fnatic were just like, right, cool, we'll play a best-of-5. Maybe they thought it would be chill. It would be easy. Nah. We're going full 5 games. Pound the scout. They're going to stick it to the man. Here comes the death push. Aegis Drow. She's on the clock, and Refresher Shard on Earthshaker. Yes, it is. Double
Radiant's
Echo
top barracks
Slap.
are under attack.
Ready and waiting.
Okay, what will Fnatic do now? I mean, they are starting to really close in. You see this area start to really close in for them. And it's only really Wraith King and somehow Poloson, this brave little Sand King who's trying to push out the lanes, but it's so difficult for them. With the Shadow Strike talent as well, it actually makes it even more pushing. And I think they're actually waiting for level 25 Queen of Pain. That's actually pretty huge.
Is there a tome on Curry?
Radiant's
No.
bottom shroud.
No.
There's a heart recipe and I guess the majority of a butterfly coming.
That's also pretty big. What is that? MP Butterfly?
Yeah, MP Butterfly. He's got the Eagle Song already.
Oh, so no tieback though for MP. I guess he has Aegis.
Aegis. Be fine.
Yeah.
Nice attempt by DJ, looking for that Sand King. Doesn't quite line up the Fisher as he needed. Yeah, I think you're right. 25 Queen of Pain is coming soon.
It's very massive, like the Scream of Pain with 1.5 second fears, especially for Wraith King, right?
That Sand King, you know, I'd argue are amazing targets. I mean, even the Oracle, you stop all of the combos. You stop the Epicenter Burrow Strike, you stop them retreating and playing back and forth.
And you get that second stun that you were looking for the whole game. Which, I mean, besides the Earthshaker. And Reaper Scythe, I guess.
Illusion.
Poor Winter. 2,160 net worth. Tranquil Boots, Magic Wand.
I think through all the 11 games he's played today, he still has less net worth total than the Queen of Pain has right now.
Probably. You're probably not wrong.
Nice. Okay. I mean, they can't kill him though. That's this Yosef are just too like annoying. They're playing around here. They know it's just all about the Roshan, all about getting the initiation right now, and hoping that ideally, Paliscal makes a mistake like they've done until now, or they can catch out the Wraithing. I mean, they're waiting for the big timings right now, so there's no need for them to pressure any further.
I just realized it's nearly 7 p.m. by the way. It's like past midnight in Southeast Asia. I hadn't even realized.
It's crazy.
I'm just like, yeah, 11 games, that's no big deal. Oh wait, hang on a second. It's insane!
Winter's family is crying out for him, like, where is he? Where is Dad?
Damn. Oh, pound the tower.
Yeah. MP heard your comments, like, we're gonna do this for Winter.
Ice is hard. Just standing high ground or in front line, it doesn't give a damn. Nice. I guess he had. Did he have Lincoln's put on him by Quap? He did. Same time as the Manta dodge.
Radiant's
Both
bottom
players on point, just unlucky they didn't know they were both gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, they initiate regardless. Quap in the tree. He's kind of stuck, but Reaper's Scythe will catch up Polason. Can they kill him in time? Marks what Ship does, and he turns into a ghost. Polason charges the Epicenter, trying to have some impact. This team fight, but it's not a blink dagger. Then Epi finally catches them. Ghost Sanking doing more than real Sanking. VT faded, also dies here.
MP still has Aegis, Abed still has Cheese. They've got the blinks forward.
We're seeing nothing to say, trying to
Radiant's
just
bottom
push him
barracks
away
are
as much as he
under
can with the Dragon Slave. Let's strike array.
Radiant's bottom
Fnatic telling this Radiant Slide just to bend the knee. You stand no chance. 4 versus 5 now.
And the Scout refuses. They're never going to bend the knee. The North will stay with the King of the North.
Final tier 3. Top lane rack still exists, technically, but they don't care. And it's going to come down to this final jump. Batrider needs to really consider his options wisely. They can't get the Drow. They might be able to get the Queen of Pain with a Lincoln's Pop, but Wraith King in reincarnation. 1 second. Oh, he'll get it with the Aghanim Scepter. Luckily, he will respawn.
Okay, like he's fighting till the death, but he's gonna respawn whenever he dies. Yeah, exactly. So you're spawning in the middle of a couple heroes. Can they kill him a second time? No, the blink is immediate, but the racks will fall. Luckily, still a range track. They try to lasso the Apple. Tells them it's too quick. They come to the second time. They have to give him the false promise a double. Blink kills Abed, but the Echo Slam finally using
The
it.
refresher shot. Can he get the second Echo?
The slam out because they kill him entirely. He can't have that impact he was looking for with the first circle of 2. Now going for Ice Size.
Let's take a ball back. He has the blink Echo.
He does have the blink. He has the blink Echo a second time. He died as well. Together with Wraithing, the all-buying match.
Going down. Big wave. Get ready.
Ice. Where's the Echo Slam? We're still not seeing it. They have to kill Ice. There's the Echo! Onto 4! Destroying Mescal!
Cascade.
Into pieces!
DJ shuts the door.
Mescal has nothing to do but wait for the forces.
Buy back your Sand King. Buy back your Oracle. Bring the Wraith Kings to the fight once more, but you can do nothing to stop Fnatic.
They don't care. They believe in no god. Their only god is DJ. Fnatic has just done it with the grace of an Echo Slam.
5 games.
5 games, and after 11 games, Paliscal tried so hard and got thus far, and it was a very, very commendable play.
That was a challenge for Fnatic. A lot of us thought coming into this that Fnatic, after TNC